17 months after that desperate November morning, and Adam Kaufman claimed he was still in the dark. No clue, he said, as to how his Lena died. He said dozens of calls to the Miami Medical Examiner's office went unanswered. So finally, he called the State Board of Examiners to complain.
A very nice guy said, Ms. Kaufman, I will look into it, take care of it, get back to you as soon as possible.
And the very next day, there was a ruling on the cause of Lena's death. But no one told Adam. Not yet. It was a week later, a sultry Tuesday evening. Adam was working at a new ice cream shop he and his brother opened during those boom-to-bust real estate days for developers.
In walked police, and that was not uncommon. Police always frequent our shop. And I look back down, and I see red dots on my shirt, all over my shirt. And I look back up, and then I see about 15 police officers, SWAT officers in the store. And then I see them, there he is, and they're pointing at me. I'm like, me? And they jump over the counter, throw me down to the ground, and I'm like, what's going on? In walks a gentleman, plain clothes, comes up to me and says, leans down while I'm on the floor and says, remember me?
It was Detective Anthony Angulo asking the question, the investigator who'd poked around the house the morning Lena died, among the first who'd been suspicious of Adam's story.
He says, I don't want you to say a word. Real nasty. He said, you're under arrest for the murder of your wife. Again, time froze. And I said, oh, are you kidding? Total shock and disbelief and awe. I mean, this is not happening. This is a joke. This is a nightmare. Am I having a nightmare?
The medical examiner had ruled the cause of Lena's death was mechanical asphyxiation, that she'd been choked to death by a person. And now Adam was being charged with second-degree murder. They took him to the Dade County Jail, locked him away.
I'm thinking to myself, this is a mistake. This can't be happening.
But it was happening. Days turned to weeks, weeks to months. Reality sank in. Adam was accused of murder. What was your level of confidence, or the lack of it, as you sat in jail waiting?
I was sitting in jail saying, okay, when are they going to realize what happened? They're going to find out the cause of death. They're going to find it, and then that's going to release me. I was waiting for that. It didn't come.
For the past year and a half, the children had no mother. Now they had no father. Finally, after Adam had been in jail 3 months, his attorneys arranged a bond hearing. And as so often happens in Florida, it turned into a mini-trial, the state finally presenting its evidence against Adam. Had this big, strong man, the only other adult in the house when Lena died, strangled his wife to death, then lied to cover it up?
Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to go ahead and play the 911 tape.
The state played that 911 call in a courtroom packed with Adam's family, many of whom were hearing it for the first time.
Please, my wife is dead from body. I don't know what's going on. Calm down.
As the tape continued to play, one family member couldn't take it and passed out.
There's a nurse attending, so I think you should proceed.
Oh my God!
This was raw stuff, seldom seen in stodgy Miami
Oh
courtrooms.
my God!
Okay.
That occurred on the following day.
Were you present?
The first witness was Detective Angulo, who revealed he'd been investigating Adam ever since that very first morning.
I examined the body. Present were a couple of other officers. They pointed out suspicious markings on her neck.
And there was something else.
I did observe what I believe to be petechial hemorrhaging in the eye and the actual eyelids.
And what indication, if any, does the presence of petechia in someone's eyes or eyelids suggest to you?
Asphyxiation.
Asphyxiation, death by suffocation. Detective Angulo said he was sure he'd gotten his man. Had been suspicious since he talked to Adam at the hospital.
He seemed upset at one point. Then the other minute he was very angry. I could see his jaw muscles clench. He's obviously disturbed, but it was strange going from being upset to angry.
And where had Adam Kaufman been earlier that night? Not sleeping, investigators thought. Remember, his side of the bed looked to them undisturbed. But on Lena's side, there were unusual smudges.
The staining appears to be on the actual pillow itself and just below the pillow where the body would lie.
They were stains from the spray tan Lena got the previous evening. when she wanted to look her best for Seth Kaufman's wedding 10 days later. Defense attorneys seized on that evidence, and perhaps without intending to, made their case famous overnight. They called in an expert named Dr. Ronald Wright, the former chief medical examiner in Miami-Dade County.
In your investigation, has the FDA received complaints of seizures by people who have undergone spray tan?
Yes.
Do you believe that the spray tan material should have been investigated for potentially causing an allergic reaction?
Oh, sure. I mean, we don't know exactly what happened to Mrs. Kaufman. We know that she collapsed, we know she asphyxiated, but we don't know why any of that happened, and certainly there's a real possibility that that could have been caused by this exposure to the tanner. She's got it all over her hands. It certainly raises the possibility of an allergic reaction caused by that.
She gets her first spray tan the night before she passes away. Why not investigate it? Stranger things have happened. It would be negligent on our part not to do that. It was certainly negligent on their part not to test it.
It became known far and wide as the spray tan defense. But the idea that Lena's death might have been caused by an allergic reaction, one more ridiculed than serious consideration.
It was almost comical.
But they had a point. I mean, it was never tested, right? To see whether or not there was some possibility that that could have caused it.
Well, actually, there was some testing done just for the heck of it after that, but even the doctor that they put on the stand couldn't ascribe to that theory. I mean, I guess it sounded sexy, but it really wasn't feasible.
The judge was not persuaded either. Adam would stay in jail, no bond. His family was devastated. Twin brother Seth left in tears.
As usual, we have defendants.
But shortly after that hearing, in one of those rare moments, the judge had a change of heart. It was just after Father's Day.
The judge said, he used the term, I had a catharsis. He said, I'm going to let this boy go home to his kids. It's a great day.
Except Adam would have to wear an electronic ankle monitor, a stark reminder he was not a free man, and the real trial was yet to come.